second round of eliminations for the juniors division as the UP Junior Maroons facing the UE Junior Warriors. Let's meet our starters. Starting for the UP Junior Maroons at guard number 18, Rocco Millicor. The other guard number 23, 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 𝔑𝔞𝔪�. At center number 15, Jaime Gomez de Leano. Forward number 2, Nathan Iguia. And the other forward number 3, Bruce 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢. The head coach of the Junior Maroons is Paulo Mendoza. Starting for the UE Junior Warriors at guard number 3, Ray De Leon. At shooting guard number 54, Lance Sabroso. At center number 9, Jaden Datumalim. Forward number 6, John Alejandro. And the other forward number 24, Christopher Lagan. The head coach of the Junior Warriors is Carlos Santos. Our officials this ball game, June Rebellion, Alan Badia, Irish Sanoan, and the alternate, Enyo Flores. Our Deputy Commissioner, Marvin Benvenida, and our Commissioner,
starting five
Andy
for the
Duda.
UPIS Junior Fighting Maroons, Rocco Millicor, Ethan Egea, 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 Coronel, Bruce 𝔑𝔞𝔪�𝔠, and Jaime Gomez del Llano. So Daryl Valdevilla will not get the start just yet. And as for UE, Dre De Leon, John Alejandro, Topper Lagat, Lance Sabroso, and Jaden Datumalim looking to get a bounce-back game after a quiet outing. And our referees for today's game, June Rebellion, Alan Baria, and Irish Sanoan. Once again, we thank you for watching us on Pilipinas Live here on the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. I'm Escalon with my partner, Jarel Lim. And Jarel, so, talking about Daryl Valdevilla, he was on a minutes restriction last game. Laki nga ng binawasan sa average niya. From 26 points naging 20, but, we couldn't help but say how he showed a lot of character despite hurting in that game.
That's right. As we know, he is the leader of this team, and just his actions and showing that he wants to play, he wants to be with the team, he wants to help the team. That should have been a big boost for the Junior Fighting Maroons.
That time, that was great defense from Jaime GDL. Almost a steal by De Leon. Rocco Millicor with the leather. He's been playing well the past couple of games. Has stepped up immensely here in round number 2.
That's right. He stepped up big in their last game in the absence of Daryl Valdevilla, scoring 22 points in that game.
And a hard drive by 𝔍𝔞𝔪�𝔠. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. You look at Bruce 𝔍𝔞𝔪�𝔠. Alam mong bata eh.
Bata.
But he plays like it's his 3rd, maybe 4th year here in the juniors division.
That's right, and you can see how courageous he is. Like in that play, he drove hard to the basket and really just drawing the foul and scoring the first basket.
Of course, if you're UE, you want to bounce back after that tough loss. Coach Paulo Mendoza here, still looking to get win number 1 in season 86.
That's right, looking to snap a 22-game losing streak right now. And a big win here will really boost their confidence moving forward.
Alejandro to Lagat for 3. Can't knock it down. And a rebound by Bruce. Jaime swings it right to Egea. Coronel pops out to 𝔑𝔞𝔪�𝔠 at the left side. 2-man game. He fires a 3. That time won't connect. Egea with offensive rebound. But great defense from UE. Lagat on the break. Topper finds daylight, drops it down. Alejandro will be shooting 2 free throws.
The man in the middle. That was a good setup right there for Alejandro. And a chance to crack the basket. If you look at that replay, drawing the big man from the Junior Fighting Maroons.
John Alejandro, what a great season so far. He's one of those players that if he doesn't get a double-double, then you start panicking or be surprised.
Very surprised indeed, as we see Daryl Valdevilla right now, surprisingly not in the starting line, but again, he's currently nursing an ankle injury.
Bagong gupit din siya actually. That's the first time I've seen him get a haircut this season. In the meantime, De Leon was fouled on the fast break. So he will inbound from the sideline. If you're Coach Paulo Mendoza, we saw him in the screen. You know, you're 0-8, medyo malabo na mga maka-Final Four, but they've had a lot of quarters they did well. What do you tell your players as you move forward in the next game?
He has to remind the players to do things right, you know, both offensively, defensively. On offense, you gotta stick to your program, stick to your plays. On defense, you gotta stay disciplined because doing those really builds the habits. And that's what you're gonna take with you into the next season. As we know, the Junior Fighting Maroons is a really, really young team. So those habits will really do them well.
Young, fresh, and talented.
That's right.
Para ikaw back in the day.
tayo back in the day.
𝔐𝔤𝔢 steps back for 3. High looper won't go. 𝔘𝔫𝔦𝔱 gets a rebound. Dre quickly gets it across court. The early screen from 𝔘𝔫𝔦𝔱, but he was not set on that screen.
He was caught moving there on that ball screen, and now he's picking up his second foul early in the game. That's why Coach Carl decides to substitute him.
He will be substituted by Mark 𝔖𝔱. What an impressive player off the bench. You want to talk about consistency? That player has been consistent in the past 4 games.
He's been stepping up big for Coach Carl, especially in their back-to-back wins prior to that loss against the Adamson Junior Falcons.
𝔐𝔤𝔢, he has not been shy to shoot, and he splashes it through.
What about 𝔐𝔤𝔢? He shot the 3 in their last possession and going back again, attempting another 3-point shot, but this time making it.
Big-to-big action there. Alejandro sending it to 𝔖𝔱, but first, let's take a look at this 3.
Look at that. Deciding not to go for that handoff play, instead drifting to the corner, and 𝔐𝔞𝔫𝔢 realizing that and setting one.
That's only his 6th 3 of the season, so if he can improve that, the sky's the limit for young 𝔐𝔞𝔫𝔢.
That's right, who is an underrated rebounder, in fact averaging 9.9 rebounds a game. So he's been the leading rebounder for the Junior Fighting Maroons.
For his height, right? And built compared to the older players here in the UAAP.
That's right, he really reminds me sort of like 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 from the Blue Eagles back in the day.
3-on-1 fast break. 𝔬𝔠𝔢𝔰 with a bullet pass. Jaime GTL with a 2.
That was a good look, capitalizing on that 3-on-1 advantage.
Oh, hindi ka pa tapos sa sentence mo. Ang dami na nangyari.
Look at that, tempting the ball. Smart gambling. That's why.
Valdivia checking in for the first time. Coming off the bench as of late due to an ankle injury, as 𝔐𝔤𝔢 will be subbed out. Sabroso. Lance Sabroso, that is when he is at his best. When he finds that driving lane. It's a foul on Coronel.
Right. Aside from Alejandro, it's been Sabroso in the guard spot that has been right for Coach Carl.
Sabroso, first year in the UAAP, averaging double figures all the way from Cebu. That's Deputy Commissioner Mariana Lopa. The second free throw is good. So UPIS off to a strong start here. Jaime challenging 𝔖𝔱, but 𝔖𝔱 says, not in my house.
Good defense there by 𝔖𝔱, just staying disciplined there.
Look at 𝔬𝔠𝔢𝔰 sprinting down. 𝔘𝔫𝔦 for 3, puts it in.
What a nice kick out there to 𝔘𝔫𝔦 for that 3-point shot.
Melicor was bumped by a couple of red jerseys.
Look at that replay. It's a good block by 𝔬𝔠𝔢𝔰, but Alejandro kicking it out to the wide open 𝔘𝔫𝔦 for that 3-point shot. Great recognition by the big man.
How about that pass though?
That's right, the scoop around pass from down below. That's a tough pass that not many big men can do. Big men can do.
𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 from the free throw line.
𝔍𝔞𝔪� really been stepping up big for the Junior Fighting Maroons. Again, we've talked about how young this kid is, but he doesn't play like a young kid.
They feed Alejandro at the post. Jaime GDL holding his own.
That's good defense there by the young bull.
Valdevilla to Jaime. They give it to Rocco. Rocco loves that left side drive. That time can't make the layup. De Leon comes up running. Dre to Topper. Lagat steps back for three. Valdevilla with a burst of speed, sidesteps. Everything but the shot there, but he looks way more better running with the basketball here compared to his last game.
That's right, Jaime. He seems to really have recovered from that ankle injury, but you can still see him struggling a bit more uncomfortable, especially on that layup play.
De Leon overshoots the three. Now more bench players will be inserted in. Almanza, Dahino, and Dylan Despy. Usually they come in at the same time, that second unit.
Three of them coming off the bench for Coach Carl.
What about that pass by Despy? Dahino misses the gimme. Melicor awaits for friends. Rocco gives it to Jaime. He squares up. That time wide to the left. And Sabroso winning the track race.
Wow, going all the way there. Sabroso just pushing the ball and really stitching.
When he finds a lane, nanglalaki yung mata niya eh.
That's right. And look how fast, and look at that. Against 3-4 Junior Fighting Maroons. And a top offhand finish on the left side.
Right-hand finish at the left side. He likes it difficult, we would say. Oh, Egea and Jaime miscommunicating on the pass.
And early in this ball game, we can see how the UE Junior Red Warriors are really pushing the pace, both offensively and defensively. On defense, they're really like pressing the ball.
Valdevilla to Jaime. Daryl, blocked by Almanza. He receives a switch. Coronel, confident shot.
And really, you can see him excited about that shot, really clenching it on into his fist there.
And I think his teammates are even more excited on the bench. Egea tallies another rebound. So 12-9, more than halfway done here in the first quarter. Melicor gives it to Coronel. Egea rips it through, steps back, launches. That's a great defense there by Despy.
Forcing that tough step back jumper on Egea. Good defense.
Dahino will reverse it. Sabroso with 10 seconds to shoot. That's something in this game he is yet to improve. But when he does improve it, one of those dangerous players as well.
But you know, even if he, quote-unquote, doesn't really have that touch yet, he has to continue to shoot it because, you know, once he makes it, he's going to remember that feeling and eventually apply it to his shot mechanics.
Valdevilla catch and fires. That time in and out. Despy shifting gears. Sprays it out. Almanza drives baseline. Was cut off by Egea. Malonzo to Almanza. Shot clock down to 8 for UE. Luigi to Malonzo. Left side three. What about the defense of UPIS here in the first quarter?
Really, really impressive defense by the Junior Fighting Maroons early on. Creating stops, forcing back-to-back air balls. That's a good sign for Coach Pao.
Valdevilla crosses over. Guarded by a lengthy Malonzo. Rocco floats it up against 𝔬𝔬𝔬 that time. 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 gets the rebound. 3-on-2 fast break. Luigi to Malonzo. He opts to drive, fakes. 𝔬𝔬𝔬 finds himself open and he knocks it down.
Only sinking it in is 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬. And it's interesting to see how the Junior Red Warriors, they haven't been running much sets. It's really off a transition play that they're just, you know, going through the flow of their offense, kicking the ball and sharing the ball to each other.
Valdivia still can't make a basket here in the first quarter. We are tied at 12 apiece, under 2 minutes remaining. 𝔖𝔱 to Malonzo, now to 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬. They have the seal on 𝔖𝔱. He loves that fadeaway.
And he has that size advantage too against 𝔬𝔢𝔢𝔰 in that play. So it's great to see how these young players are recognizing the mismatches.
Melicor contested, but you know what? It really doesn't matter for him.
That's right, he missed all of his layups inside basket. Why not try it from the outside?
UPIS regains advantage here. 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 looking to answer, and so he does.
Wow, 3-point shot after 3-point shot by both teams.
I believe that time it was a long two by Dylan 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬. 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 with a hard show. Valdivia finally gets his first basket here, and that has to feel good.
And the crowd was excited after that Valdivia shot.
UPIS on fire from three-point territory. Already has 4 threes. Now with great defense, Melicor says, "You can't catch me now," with a basket and one.
And one. I actually thought he was going to drop it off to Ege or Valdivia in that play, but look at that. Going strong to the basket and finishing with an and one.
High looping layup for the second-year man.
And look at that swag, guy, man.
He has that young, calm swag to him, eh, no?
That's right.
If you look at his Instagram, grabe din fit game niyan.
Oh.
Something we don't have. He could teach us a thing or two.
That's right. We're gonna learn a lot from this young kid.
Yung mga bata talaga ngayon, galing na pumorma, eh, no? On and off the court.
On and off.
Dati ikaw on the court lang, eh.
Laro lang, laro lang.
UPIS up by 5, 2-possession ball game. 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬. UE can take the last shot here as Dylan 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 drives, kicks, Malonzo. And the final buzzer sounds here in chapter number 1. A great Fighting Maroons, they are off to a fiery start. We'll see if the second unit here, led by Dylan 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 and 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 of UE, can retake the lead. But speaking of UE, what's some of the adjustments you're looking forward here as they're off to a slower start than usual?
I'm expecting Coach Carl to actually utilize Alejandro and his big men a lot more this quarter, because it seems like they weren't as effective in the first quarter. In fact, Coach Carl sat Alejandro early in the first quarter.
But that time it was 𝔬𝔤𝔬𝔬 who will get his first 3 points of the ball game. Jaime inside for 2.
That was a good look to Jaime, to the big man down below for that easy shot.
Almanza and Alejandro working a 2-man game. Sarza to Lagat, another 3 launch, this time different result. Alejandro sprints for defensive rebound. Going back to the round 1 matchup, UPIS had a difficult time against the bigs of UE when it came down to the wire especially, but here early on they are holding their ground, and they, despite having the lack of height advantage, they're doing okay.
That's right, holding their ground indeed. They're just putting their hands up, staying put, not jumping into the up fakes as we see. Oh! What a great give and go play, but Tupong Banwa just missing the gimme there.
And now Almanza, a chance to counter. Alejandro going to work. John Alejandro, Jarrell, you asked for it, you got it.
The big man in the middle. There's a reason why he's a double-double machine, and we saw it there. 3 offensive rebounds on that play for John Alejandro.
Egea now has a switch to Bombano with the bigger Alejandro. The midi will hit back of the iron, and here comes Sarza. Topper steps in for the floater, and now we are tied at 23.
And look at the Junior Red Warriors. They're just more aggressive coming into the second quarter. Looks like Coach Carl really talked to these guys and said he wasn't happy of that first quarter energy.
Bruce to Egea. Egea not giving up on the play, but he stepped out of bounds. And now the starters of UE will check back in.
So again, fresh legs for Coach Carl.
Raven Pascual will be taken out. 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 back here in the second quarter. Jaden. Ball pressure applied there by Tupong Banwa. Sabroso sends it back to the middle. Lance found a little bit of daylight. He took it straight to the cup, and a foul was called. So that's a foul on Daryl Valdevilla. Check that. It will be UPIS basketball, but first let's take a look.
Sabroso driving hard to the basket, sort of forcing the issue there, but was caught pushing on that rebounding play.
And you saw 3 defenders form a wall on Lance Sabroso there. Because usually, Jarrell, we see that patented 2-3 zone from UPIS, but not today.
Not today. They started the game into a man-to-man defense, and they're sticking to it because they see that it's really working well for them. But the question here, Jaime, is how long can they sustain it? As we know, the UPIS Junior Fighting Maroons has a short rotation. So it's interesting to see how this pans out.
It's a common question for UP. Do they have enough gas left in the fourth quarter? In the meantime, Sabroso, with all the gas in the world, with no breaks there, Alejandro offensive rebound, and persistence is power for John Alejandro.
We gotta have an offensive rebound ticker here for Alejandro.
Tupong Banwa slips. UE in transition again. De Leon looking to maximize more time here. Alejandro banging bodies with Jaime.
Look at that, with that stare down. Alejandro, 6 straight points for the UE Junior Red Warriors.
Binati mo kasi beginning ng second quarter eh. Usually ganun na, kailangan mo batiin muna eh.
Right, he heard me, Jaime.
Melikor with the rock. Oh, and that is what you call a classic wedgie.
A wedgie. I wonder who invented that term. Invented that basketball term, Jaime.
Smart. It was a smart invention, but
Look at that.
guys are going to work here.
Really just using his body. The physicality down low by Alejandro.
Alejandro now giving his team a 4-point lead. Timeout UP. And you know, as a young athlete, I'm sure you know this, you need a lot of that.
That's right.
As you make it to the seniors division.
That's right. You really need a support system as an athlete.
𝔬𝔬𝔦𝔰 misses off the timeout. 𝔬𝔬𝔦 with great hustle, but passed it to the board. Miss angle there. UE now with a 4-point lead. They were trailing by 5 going into the second quarter.
So far, the UPIS Junior Fighting Maroons only scored 2 points this quarter as compared to the UE Junior Fighting Maroons with 11 already.
That time, nanggigil si Alejandro, but he has played well here in the second quarter. Now has 6 points and 6 rebounds. Didn't even score a lot in that first.
That's right. And aside from that, 4 offensive rebounds. And right after the timeout, Coach Carl deciding to go to his big man down below.
Egea. Nice cross there, but Alejandro with a hard show. 𝔬𝔬𝔦𝔰 contested. That hits back of the rim. Alejandro, another rebound. De Leon. A little confusion there, who he was trying to drop it down to.
There were 2 big men there. But look at Alejandro. I saw him sprint down the floor. He really wants to make up for that first quarter.
𝔬𝔬𝔦𝔰 challenging the bigs.
Grabe yung pectus doon.
Usually mahirap yung ganong angle sa pectus.
Right.
Sabroso, they're daring him to shoot. That time rattles out.
A good box out by Jaime GBL on that play.
Jaime to Egea on the back door.
What a read and what a play for the Junior Fighting Maroons.
in the Adamson Baby Falcons. But first, we just have to watch John Alejandro play half of this quarter, the third and fourth. He's just fun to watch, basically.
That's right. And off air, we were talking about how he can easily get a double-double. He's on track to get a double-double.
In the first half.
In one quarter.
In one actually, that's right. Almanza, shot clock dwindling down. Sabroso for three. You dare me to shoot, I will make you pay, says Lance Sabroso.
And it goes to show that he's really been working on that shot. Talking about Lance Sabroso.
Tough layup there by Melicor. Jaime GDL working on the boards but can't connect. De Leon in transition. Dre picks up his dribble. Sprays it out to Almanza. Back to De Leon from the corner, and that's good.
Look at that. Another three-point shot by De Leon in the corner. He hit one early in the first quarter on the other side, and this time around, hitting it again.
So a 6-0 run for UE after the timeout. They now have a 6-point lead. Egea at the post. No look pass. Coronel tried to bank it home. Jeanette. You just can't convert those inside shots. And now Coronel, I think that was his contact lenses. But first, De Leon.
Smooth stroke. Totally sinking it in, talking about De Leon on that play.
Gustavo Banwa back in the ball game. He will sub out his partner in crime in Ethan Egea. Alejandro to Sabroso. Nice cut there for Mark Sarza. The wide open shot.
Perfectly executed there was that play. That cross screen leading up to that Sarza, freeing up Sarza down below for that easy shot.
Sarza now is asking for it. Is triple teamed. Almanza contested. Luigi tried to save it. Ends up on the wrong hands. Alejandro coming out of nowhere. De Leon, another three.
2 threes. And just like that, the UE Junior Red Warriors are off to a 7-point lead.
Look at John Alejandro
Matching it.
like a ninja in the night. And De Leon with his second three-pointer, now an 11-point lead. Dre De Leon heating up here in quarter number 2 with 2 triples. UE now with an 11-point lead. What a quarter for UE so far. 22-6 run here. To Bombanwa with some hang time. Alejandro gets it. Chile to a trailing Alejandro. Tried to go reverse. But Mark Sarza with the stick back.
And look at how fast the UE squad pushes the ball, and everyone from their small guys to their big guys, they're all really sprinting down the floor.
That's a great point, Charo. Alejandro, Sarza, Datomalim, they're bigs who really are quick and fast. So that's another weapon to the arsenal of UE.
That's right. I mean, it gives them the advantage. Like, if in case their guards miss the fast break play, they can easily go for that offensive board. They can crash the board and get that second chance points.
That time, 𝔑𝔫𝔫 was tripped. It's a foul on Luigi Almanza.
Back to base of a guard like 𝔑𝔫𝔫.
Sabi nga ni Coach Juanito Gregorio, he's one of the most slippery players here in the juniors division.
I like that.
Perfectly said, right?
Right.
Alejandro one-on-one against Jaime GDL, taking him to the weight room.
We've been seeing that, but what about Alejandro? He's not just getting the boards, he's not just making his baskets, but he's also getting the steals for the UE Junior Red Warriors.
Alejandro 2 points away from a double-double. Now with 8 and 11. In the meantime, 𝔑𝔫𝔫 to Valdevilla, fresh off the bench.
Finally, a much-needed basket for Coach Pao in the Junior Fighting Maroons. And what a time.
Valdevilla, you would think he was cold off the bench, but he says, let me just heat it up real quick. Alejandro, we've been talking about him almost the entire second quarter because coming in to this quarter, he actually had 0 points and only a few rebounds. He now has 8 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Points away from getting a double-double in this game. And we have roughly 2 minutes remaining.
And now he has a chance to complete that double-double in the first half with 2 free throws.
What a double-double machine.
What's next in terms of what else he can improve on, he can build on? We know he's a strong player. We know he's a quick player. But in your opinion, Gerald, what's next to take it to the next level?
You know, with Alejandro, he has the size and athleticism that really fits well. He has the tools to really perform well in the next level, but what I'd like to see more of him is taking those outside shots, dribbling the ball more, these types of things, because as we know, with his size, he has to convert to maybe a small forward or power forward in the seniors division. So I'd like to see him be more agile from the outside.
How about that last play, though? Against 3 defenders, Lance Sabroso does not care about any wall. Valdevilla, specialty in the house, one-legged floater.
Right, Valdevilla, except for his last game, he's the #1 scorer of the league. So he's really going to look for his shots.
Now has 8 points as well. A foul was called on Coronel.
Look at that. That floater. Float game strong for Valdevilla in that play.
Sabroso will inbound from the baseline. Lance. Nice feed there. Sarza wide open, but was fouled. And how about that pass from Pedrita?
That was a great setup. And really, it's Sarza and Alejandro doing so much damage this quarter.
Keep talking about John Alejandro close to a double-double. Mark 𝔤𝔤 now has 8 points and 6 rebounds to his name. And he plays the 4 position, but he plays it in such a, like, he thinks he's like 6'5".
That's right. He would seal hard down below, really snatch the rebounds, crash the boards off in the offensive rebounds.
I have a lot of things in common with Mark 𝔤𝔤. I'm 5'4", but sometimes I think I'm 6'5", you know? You can only dream it, diba?
No, heart over anything, I mean. Heart over anything.
14-point lead under a minute remaining here in the second quarter. Coronel. 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 has been quiet in the past couple of possessions. Valdivilla. Help defense from the 𝔤𝔤 as Jaime squares up and splashes it through.
And you see the UE squad's really doubling Valdivilla off a ball screen, leaving Jaime GDL wide open for the 3-point shot. And Jaime GDL, he has that soft touch like his older brother, Javi. He hit 3 3-pointers in their last game, and that's his first.
Pedrita pulling on a dime show here. That time another nice pass.
Again, setting up 𝔤𝔤 in that play.
Valdivilla. Oh, a skip pass. That's a dangerous pass. Pedrita was prepared. He kicks it out to Farochilin. Ball fake. It slips through his fingers, and that will do it for the second quarter. What a quarter for the Junior Warriors, scoring 32 points and holding UP can count on him.
That's right. As we know, it's really more on 𝔬𝔤𝔰 that he handles the ball and really looking for his basket. But 𝔬𝔤𝔤𝔰 is just so simple the way he plays. He doesn't force the issue and just hits the open threes.
And how about Pedrita, rewarded with a start here in the second half? He played well there in that second quarter.
And again, John Alejandro picking up another offensive rebound, and Coronel really couldn't do anything anymore to stop him. That's why deciding to just foul him.
Alejandro can't get the bounce. Coming into this game today, he is a 67% free throw shooter. But that time misses 2 straight. Valdivia did not start this ball game, but he will be starting here in the second half. Melicor, what a move, everything but the layup. Pedrita just looking to give it down to Alejandro, who sends it to 𝔤𝔤 for another 2 points.
Look at that big-to-big connection there. But what I liked about that play is the secondary offense of 𝔤𝔤 running down below and getting rewarded for his efforts.
𝔤𝔤 now with 13 points and another assist there by Alejandro. Meantime, Valdivia will give it to Jaime. Daryl to Coronel. To 𝔬𝔤𝔤 at the left side. He rejects the screen. Goes for the Kobe. Can't make it that time.
But what a move there by 𝔬𝔤𝔤.
Farochilen. Transition three-pointer won't bite. 𝔬𝔤𝔤 snatches a rebound. Here comes Valdivia. The steal by Pedrita. And a walk in the park.
That's a great anticipation, and that's why he was rewarded by Coach Carl to start the second half for his team.
Defense leading to offense. Pedrita having quite a game for himself, giving his team a 17-point lead. The thing is, he has 4 assists in today's game. And that time, a steal from 𝔤𝔤, switching to his left hand.
Wow. And really, the UPIS squad is now a bit struggling to find their offense compared to the other side.
UPIS has not scored here with 2 minutes gone by. Gomez Del Llano looking to give it to his point guard. Melicor was bumped, but he was fouled by Mark 𝔤𝔤.
Look at that. Miscommunication by UPIS leading to that difficult layup. But he made it look easy.
He made it look easy. But
it's difficult for us.
It's easily an 11 out of 10 degree of difficulty shot. Siya yung kanina, di ba, parang natulala ka kasi siya yung dumakdak.
Oh yeah. Then, actually, yeah.
And you were, and for those watching us, Jarrell went, whoa.
For context, back in the day, back in our high school days, it's so rare to see a player dunk in warm-ups. Probably 1 to 2 in the whole league. So for me to actually see them do it so easily, I'm just like, this is a different generation.
Now we see players like 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰, Kiefer Alas had a baby dunk last Wednesday. So these kids, they're so much more athletic than, you know, kids in the past. It's a lot to do with strength and conditioning as well.
There's this evolution in the sciences.
Valdivilla steps back, high looping three. Alejandro, it slips through his fingers, so another chance here for UP.
Lucky break for UPIS because that was a miscommunication between two red shirts.
𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 was contested well by Sabroso. So after a great first quarter, they have slowed down immensely here. They've not scored in quarter number 3 just yet. Pedrita organizes the offense. Sabroso, two-man game with Sarza. Tried to go for the left hand. That time short, but a recycled 14 for UE.
Switching hands there in mid-air was Sabroso. Everything but the layup. That would have been a highlight.
Sarza pops out. Alejandro now against Jaime. The handoff to Pedrita. Pedrita scoop layup. And Jaime will sky high for the rebound. They find a cutting Valdivilla. Coronel to 𝔍𝔞𝔪�, shot clock down to 5. That time short, 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢. Surveying downhill, skips it to Pedrita. Down below to Alejandro, he turns around. Nice kick out there, 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪�. Can't make the three. Offensive rebound for Alejandro. And he will not get the reverse layup to go.
I'm running out of words for Alejandro.
I know, like, he had like 3 rebounds in one possession.
And seeing him, what impresses me the most is, aside from his physicality, is the way he positions himself down below. He knows where the ball is gonna land, and he goes ahead of time in those positions. It's impressive for a big man.
Which is something that the best rebounders preach, you know, talking about Dennis Rodman. There's a science to rebounding. It's knowing where the 90%, 80% of the balls to land. Like, yes, you have to be athletic, but you also have to be smart in knowing where the ball lands after a shot is taken.
That's right. Playing with the probabilities, right? Where the ball's gonna land, and it's really, again, like what you mentioned, it's science, right? One thing is actually the effort, but the other thing is just really that feel for it, that knowledge of how it goes.
He has the instincts.
Instincts, right.
Coronel, two-man game with Valdivilla. Steps back, creates some space. 𝔐𝔐𝔢 coming out of nowhere for the putback.
Finally, cracking the basket in the third quarter is UPIS.
Sabroso has Valdivilla on him, isolated at the right side. Then uses the screen. 3 is far to the right. Valdivilla wide open. That's something you don't want to see. Coach Carl Santos' reaction says it all. Usually there's that safety to it, right?
That's right. You need a safety guy, especially if your teammate shoots. You gotta sprint back in defense.
De Leon to Sabroso. Baseline drive, layup. And the referees will count it.
A sorry break there, but I thought Valdivilla got the steal there, but that gamble didn't pay off for them, resulting to that end one play for Sabroso.
Take a look at that one more time. Sabroso, lightning quick. Lead back to 17.
He realized that it was a big man that was closing out against him, so that's why he decided to go strong to the basket.
Makes the bonus free throw. Topper Lagat will be re-injected as Sabroso will be sent out. I love this frame right here. Whenever, you know, a coach talks to their young players, parang you really see the mentorship and the teachings.
That's right. And it's a treat for the players to have that moment with their coaches. It's always a learning moment when you talk to your coaches.
Who was your favorite coach? I'll put you in the hot seat. Who was your favorite coach in the history of your basketball career, and why?
That's a tough question. I've had a lot of great coaches in my time, but one coach that really, I guess, stood out for me is, two coaches rather. It would be my high school and my grade school coaches, Coach 𝔬𝔤𝔬𝔬𝔬 and Coach 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 because they were the ones that really formed me as a player, you know, my fundamentals, my basics, and basically my attitude towards the game. It was them that groomed me for it. They really prepared me well for it.
That time, Despy couldn't make the layup. So, high school and grade school coach. Coach Bob Perasol, if you're watching this.
Oh, I love Coach Bob.
Magtampuhan na. Despy. Ooh, De Leon was blocked by Jaime. And a 3-second call. That's a nice block there by Jaime on that closeout.
Wow, just the size of Jaime GDL. And something I noticed with this young kid, all of the closeouts, he was the one actually sprinting out. Especially on a broken play, he would really sprint out. So you gotta love that effort coming from your big man.
𝔬𝔤𝔬𝔬𝔬 checking in once again. 6 minutes gone by here in quarter number 3, an 18-point game in favor of UE. Egea challenging Despy. Jaime waves off Ethan, gives it to Valdevilla, who steps back from beyond the arc.
It looks like Daryl Valdevilla is starting to get his rhythm going, coming off that injury. Now with 13 points in this ball game.
Safe to say that ankle is feeling a bit better here in today's ball game.
That's right.
2+1 special. His teammates are loving it. That is Ian Cuevas off the bench.
And yet again, another offensive rebound for the UE Junior Red Warriors. And again, this is something that the UPIS team could really improve on. They're dead last when it comes to the rebounding department. So, I mean, it talks about, you know, their short rotation, but also it's really more about their effort and communication between these guys to look for their man, locate their man, and box out.
Tubong-Banwa off the pin down. The Tomalim with the pressure defense. Shot clock down to 6. Bruce. Hard aggressive drive earns him a chance to make 2 free throws. And that's a nice drive from Bruce. He knew he was not shooting well from the field, 2 for 10, and he says, okay, let me drive this basketball, try to get my points from the free throw line.
That's right. Try to get his rhythm going from the free throw line.
So that time, Tubong-Banwa makes his first free throw. They go 2 for 2.
And hopefully that keeps him going in this ball game. Again, another quarter remaining, so anything can still happen in this ball game.
The Tomalim gives it to Dre. Despy using the Cueva screen. Draws 3 defenders. Laga saw an opening. Ball was tapped around. A refreshed 14 now for UE. Cuevas rejected by Jaime, but there was contact and foul.
Clearly a foul there for Jaime GDL, hitting the hand of Cuevas after hitting the ball.
You know, my favorite part about that play is Jaime reacting. Because I don't see this kid react a lot. We were talking about it, how he gives a lot of that heavy GDL, calm, cool vibe.
That's right.
So it's nice to see him react.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Like, whenever you see Javi GDL react back in the day, you know it's something that he's really disagrees with, and then afterwards he doesn't really, shout at the referee or anything else. He just continues to play. You gotta love that attitude for both of these guys.
And of course, galing yun kay Tito Bert and Tita Ana.
Yes, of course.
Supportive parents of Jaime GDL.
Who's always in attendance
Always
in all of the brothers' games.
You know, when you were in the finals, pinakita ni Derek si Tita Ana nagro-rosary on live television.
I saw that. I saw that on Twitter.
And that was every UP fan. That talks about the importance. We talked about it earlier, the importance of family and that support system.
Right. Because again, everything starts at home, right? Your nutrition, your mental preparedness when coming into these games.
But of course, yet again, sometimes, some players from UE, they're far from their homes. And we have to give them credit for that they're really, trying their best kahit malayo sila sa pamilya nila.
That's right.
Ako kasi clingy ako sa magulang ko. Hindi ko kaya ginagawa nila. Medyo clingy ako kay mommy. Mom, if you're watching this.
Love you, Mom.
So under 2 minutes remaining, still a 15-point lead for UE. Melicor to Jaime, now to Ikea. Tubong Banwa pops out, close out there by Cuevas. Bruce slips, regains the ball. Melicor has 7 to shoot. Couple of jab steps, he drives, he floats. He can't score. And De Leon with the rebound. He finds the trailing Cuevas, overcooks the pass. UE sprinting down on defense. Egea, the fake to the drive. De Leon almost with a steal. Melicor regains the ball. Valdevilla now from the corner. That's a three.
His shot of the day for Daryl Valdevilla. His third three-point shot of the ball game. Or check that, fourth three-point shot of the ball game.
Cuevas to De Leon. Now to Lagat, handoff action. But they have 5 seconds to work with. Despi contested on the three. That Tomalim gives him another 14. Jaden has not scored much. Despi, he will try again.
So a stop here again for the UPIS.
Valdevilla. He has been hot here in the third quarter with 2 threes.
2 threes.
Skips it to Jaime. Contested, but still drains it.
He has that stroke and he will make those three-pointers. He hit 3 in their last game and his second of this ball game. I'd love to see him get more touches.
Double figures now for Jaime GDL. And the game clock was expiring. Great defensive stand for UP. They were off to a slow start here in quarter number 3. And you thought has had so far.
That's right. 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, and 2 blocks for that young kid. But more than that, you know, it's really big for them to end the quarter like that, because coming into the quarter, it's gonna boost, and hopefully they capitalize it.
UPIS knocking on the doors of UE.
Right, winning that third quarter frame, 17-3 for UPIS.
Almanza had the breakaway. Alejandro, another offensive rebound, but couldn't make the putback.
Great defensive stand there for UPIS, really sprinting down.
Beautiful execution for the kids of Diliman. That time, Tongbano and Эгea working together.
That was a great screen set by Coronel, leaving Эгea wide open down below. So you love to see it, and you gotta see more of that for UPIS.
The biggest lead of UE was 19. Another stop there for the Fighting Maroons.
And just like that, 7 point. They're just down by 7 points. You look at that. Great look by Tongbano to Эгea. But again, I'd like to reiterate how credit goes to Coronel for setting that really hard and good screen.
Great thing you pointed that out. Sometimes, you know, we forget the intangibles. These kids, these players do those hard screens, those hustle plays. Chance for UP to trim this lead further. They go to the same play. Эгea now at the post, skips into Tongbano. Jaime against Sarza. Shot clock down to 5 for UP. Tough shot there for Bruce. And Sabroso, oh, he's holding onto his foot. Well, he got that rebound and started holding onto his right foot. You don't want to see any more injuries here. He's trying to shake it off. Usually pag ganun, Jarrell, anong nangyari dun? He was able to sprint a little bit.
Yeah, he was. Looks like he tweaked it, but hopefully it's not as bad as we think it is. But sometimes it's the adrenaline that makes you not, masks the pain, and then you'll really feel it after.
That's a good point. You know, if you're a player, you would know it's the next day that hurts when you don't have the adrenaline anymore. We do hope he's okay, though.
All of a sudden, you see your ankle really fat.
3-possession ball game. Alejandro. John to Farochilen. Crossover. The kick out to Almanza to beat the buzzer. Alejandro, offensive rebound, but Jaime was there with the quick hands.
That's a good defense set there by UPIS, really clogging and doubling, tripling team Alejandro when he got that offensive board, forcing that steal.
Coronel will give it to Эгea at the corner. He was cut off, but finds Tongbano with all day to shoot. Jaime with the putback.
What about this young bull? Jaime GDL bringing them close to just 5 points to a 5-point game. As Coach Carl
Manza really bringing everyone together to calm everyone down, because Jaime GDL has been a force to be reckoned with here in the second half.
That's right.
Not only is he playing well, but we also have to inform he is the best looking GDL brother. No bias.
Shout out Javi, Juan, Joe, and Jordy.
We'll see how UE responds after that timeout. They go straight to Alejandro and they go straight down to work.
And again, that's what worked well for them back in the second quarter, where they ballooned the lead. So really going down below to both Sarza and Alejandro.
That was Alejandro's first 2 points in the second half, officially putting him on a double-double with 11 and 16 rebounds.
And out of those 16, I'm in 10 offensive boards. How impressive is that?
Egea has the mismatch against Pedrita. Jaime cutting, and the finger roll is good.
What a game for Jaime GDL. And the crowd loves it, of course, with the proud parents up in the stands.
2-possession ball game. Almanza, wild shot. Sarza with a hustle. And the persistence of the bigs of UE time and time again, making sure that they will convert on those 2 points.
But what about that pass by Egea? That I would call it sneaky, low-key bounce pass off the pocket.
Sarza with an impressive game. I always do this. There's always that broadcaster's jinx. Sabi nga ni Coach Juanito the other day, pag may nag-free throw, iba pag-usapan mo.
Let's talk about Alejandro. There you go.
And Sarza knocks down his second free throw. Now I can say it.
Right.
An impressive game by Mark Sarza with 16 points and 8 rebounds. 2-possession ball game. Jaime. 2-man game. Egea, high looper.
And I like that action sequence there by Coach Pao. Right after that Egea 3, that didn't really go as planned, no? Coach Pao Egea apologized to Coach Pao, and Coach Pao gave him a thumbs up, saying that it's okay. You practice those shots, so you take them. I won't take anything against you.
Sarza reverses it to the right side. Almanza, unafraid to shoot. He's been getting the offensive rebounds, but not the putbacks to go. And that time, it's a travel by Pedrita. So lucky breaks as well for UP, because, you know, offensive rebound story here, 22-7. They have not converted as much as they wanted. A timeout here for UP with 4 minutes gone by. And another double-double. But he's going to need to do a lot more, because UP hanging with them here in the fourth. Off the timeout, they go to Egea. Valdevilla, staggered screens for him. He fires a 3. Back of the iron it goes. The ball will remain with the white shirts.
What about Tubong Banwa there? Crashing the boards against the much bigger Alejandro and 𝔤𝔐𝔬
Bruce. Looking to use the Jaime screen. Great defense by Almanza. Valdevilla. He loves that spot. Nothing but net.
And don't look now, Jaime. One possession ball game. They're just within striking distance. Down by 3 after that Valdevilla three-pointer.
A lead once at 19 for UE has been trimmed down to 3 as we approach our halfway point here in the 4th and final chapter. Luigi, the spin cycle, the fall away, no good. Rebound by Gomez del Llano.
What a stop there, and they have a chance to tie this ball game.
Tubong Banwa, hang time. Great defense there from Sarza.
Look at that replay. Wide open was Valdevilla, and he'll sink that every time.
19 points for last season's Rookie of the Year. Lance Sabroso re-injected back in this ball game. Egea, the tight pass. Valdevilla to tie. Egea puts it back in.
More about Egea silently. Again, he's like 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰. He's like a Swiss knife. He now has 11 points and 10 rebounds. And just like that, they're down by 1.
More than halfway done here. UE clinging to a 1-point lead. Sabroso. There was a foul before that drive.
Look at Egea there. Talking about being at the right spot at the right time.
Can UE hang on here late in the 4th? Despi had Alejandro open for a quick second. Shot clock down to 7. Dylan drives. Despi was fouled, and he will shoot 2. Dylan Despi at the stripe, a 75% free throw shooter. And he misses the free throw. The free throw story for UE not going their way here. 10 for 19.
Just slightly above 50% as compared to the other side hitting all their free throws.
As Despi goes 1 for 2. Just a little bit more breathing room there with that 2-point lead.
Interesting substitution here by Coach Pao, opting to go small in this possession in hopes of tying this ball game.
Melicor, we have not seen him much here in the 4th quarter. Fresh legs off the bench. Melicor drives. Melicor floats. And Rocco for 2 free throws.
I love the aggressiveness of Melicor. He hasn't been really in rhythm in this ball game, but still being aggressive this late, drawing that foul and a chance to tie this game.
And how about that key substitution by Coach Paulo Mendoza? You know, Jaime is playing well, and then he opted to go small. And lang, medyo malamig off the bench. That's their first missed free throw here in this game.
Right. But it also makes sense, Jaime. The reason why Coach Pao went small is because he wanted Sarza and Alejandro to stretch the floor, to go wide. So there are more opportunities to penetrate. But this time around, the UE squad has to capitalize on this size advantage.
Melicor goes 1 for 2, 1-point ball game. Sabroso, shot fake. Was looking to give it down to Alejandro. Dangerous pass by Tubong Banwa. UE regains possession. Tight pass, Alejandro for 2.
A lucky break there and a sorry play for UPIS.
Almost a steal from Alejandro. 3-on-2 fast break. Tubong Banwa challenging Sarza. take a look at these past couple of sequences here.
Look at that. Spin move, drawing two guys, and an easy drop pass to Alejandro.
Now has 13 points and 18 big rebounds. Still a one-possession ball game.
And 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 was a guy they missed when UPIS was making a run. Again, he sort of tweaked his ankle, but good to see him back. And what a time for him to be back for Coach Carl.
𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢. 𝔖𝔱 had the seal. De Leon thought about it. Shot clock reads 6. 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢, Miri, short. A battle for the board. It ends up with UP. Three minutes remaining in quarter number 4. Melicor. Handoff. Rocco. Two-man game with Jin. 3 seconds to shoot. Melicor, pull-up jumper. Gets his own miss and a fresh 14. Melicor with 7 to shoot. And he was fouled by Dylan Despi. UE coaching staff not liking that one. They are asking for a challenge.
Look at that replay.
That's a tough call.
Tough call.
It's a tough call.
And a technical foul.
That's gotta hurt.
Especially at a time like this.
Valdivia, the best free throw shooter in the league with 90%. He has not missed much here in this season. 2-point ball game, so a chance for Rocco Melicor to tie things up. Melicor makes his first free throw. You have to love the heart and grit of UP.
And just like that, we have a tied ball game.
We are tied at 67 apiece. Hang on to your seatbelt, folks. We are going down to the wire. 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢, the steal by Valdivia. Daryl gets it safely across court. They reverse it to Melicor at the right side. He rips it through. And that's phenomenal defense from UE. Despi bringing it down court. De Leon to 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢, sidestep for the lead.
That was a sidestep beauty for 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢.
Calm, cool, and composed. We head to our last 2 minutes here. UE, they are clinging to a 2-point lead. Egea finds an opening, and once again we are tied.
Egea, I really love this guy. Really reminds me of Gian Mamuya with the way he plays offensively and defensively.
De Leon to Despi. He receives a switch. 𝔖𝔱 has the mismatch. 𝔖𝔱, tough shot. Another stop for UP. They give it to Melicor for the lead. Basket and the foul.
What a play by UPIS. What a pass.
Egea zips it inside to Melicor, who we did not see in the beginning of the 4th quarter. What a substitution by Coach Paulo Mendoza.
Opting to go small. That was a big counter. And just like that, plays like that, and the reason being is Alejandro and 𝔖𝔱 had to step up because of their matchup. That's why Egea, Melicor, Valdivia can easily get their baskets down below.
And a chance for Melicor to extend this lead. Now it is a 3-point ball game. Despi. Ball pressure applied by Egea. They give it to Sabroso. Sabroso misses the baseline drive. UP looking for more cushion here. Under a minute remaining, can UP get their first win? Valdivia was fouled and will shoot two.
What a sequence of events we're having here. Same play each and every time for UPIS.
What a game for Valdivia. His bounce back game after going down with a left ankle injury. The best scorer here in season 86 and the best free throw shooter knocks down his first.
And just like that, a two-possession ball game. And I'm sure the UPIS fans that came out early here today are proud and happy.
Clutch gene activated. Egea giving himself a big game. UPIS currently at 0-9. Can they get their first win here in season 86? We'll find that out in the last 53.6 seconds or so. Or can UE storm a comeback down by 2 possessions? Lagat will inbound from the sideline. Sabroso finds Topper from the corner. He stepped on the sideline.
Just slowly falling apart in the fourth quarter, particularly in the last 2 minutes.
Melicor will give it to Valdivia. Coronel reverses to the left side. Egea uses the Coronel screen. Ethan back to Daryl. He gets a switch on the bigger Alejandro for 3. Package delivered.
Clutch genes activated indeed.
And a steal by Egea. The 1-2 step and the putback by 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢.
Wow. Now it's a 10-point lead by UPIS.
Sabroso answers right back with 16.4 seconds. A timeout by UP. What a turn of events here in the fourth quarter. Daryl Valdevilla activating his clutch gene. They are 16.4 seconds away from possibly getting their first win of season 86. And what a comeback. They were down by 19. They were outscored in the second quarter, 32-14. They outscored UE in the fourth quarter, 27-10. You can't write these things, basically, Jarrell.
That's right. Everything going the way for UPIS in the fourth quarter.
So UE looking to get a quick foul here. 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 will give it to 𝔐𝔬𝔢, sends it out to Melicor with 8 seconds left on the game clock. A foul finally by Lance Sabroso. So it will be Valdevilla. What a game by Valdevilla. We mentioned his average dropped down from 26 points per game to 20 points per game. And in today's game, he now has 25 points.
Looks like his ankle's okay, I mean.
You think? You think so?
I mean, he's moving like it, he's playing like it.
9-point game. UE calls a timeout. 7. A 9-point game with 7.6 seconds left. Every parent, every friend of the Young Fighting Maroons are just excited for that final buzzer to sound. Despi from deep. Valdevilla with 2 seconds. And that will do it. UPIS Junior Fighting Maroons getting their first win here in season 86.
What a game. Just when we thought after the first half that UE is controlling the game, here comes the Junior Fighting Maroons, especially starting at the end of the third quarter where they made the run.